All right, guys, we are back with another great breakdown. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mitch, one of our clients who went from real estate media charging $450 per shoot to closing $45K in retainers in just 2 months working with us. And so we're going to be breaking down exactly what he went through, all of the issues that he had, and all of the problems that he encountered along his way to closing these retainers. So hopefully this can give you some insight as well as to how you can start doing this in your business and take away some key lessons and things that Mitch went through to get to this point. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so we're going to be talking about how Mitch went from $10K a month doing $450 real estate shoots to closing $45K in retainers. We're going to be talking about how he did that in 60 days, and I'm going to be breaking down exactly what he did, how he did it, and hopefully you can get some lessons from this to implement into your own business if you're doing real estate media as well. So let's go ahead and dive in. So this is Mitch. Mitch was actually a former accountant. He turned into an entrepreneur, and then he's running feature-focused media in British Columbia, Canada. He has a baby on the way, and he's seeking more stability and growth. And one of the main challenges that he had coming to us is that he was generating about $10,000 a month in Canadian cash through a bunch of high-volume real estate listing media, which is profitable, but the problem is that it's super unstable, time-consuming, and it's really difficult to scale. And so this is Mitch here. You can see obviously he does a bunch of real estate media, which he's very good at. But the problem is he wanted to do less work and make more money. And so the starting point, here's some of his numbers. So he was doing 10K a month in revenue. This is in Canadian, and it was resetting every single 30 days. He'd do 20 to 25 shoots per month, which is weekend open houses, manual hustle, and a bunch of things that he had to do to basically get these people as leads, a bunch of manual work to get these clients. His average order value was around $350. It was per job, and it was 100% transactional. So like he would do a job, get paid $350, do a job, get paid $350, do a job, get paid $350, so on and so forth. And he had 0 retainer clients, which means he had no recurring revenue whatsoever. Also, it's important to note, I think, that he was operating in a city of about 150,000 people, which is pretty small, and doing about 70 to 80% profit margins with zero predictability. So winter slow season was approaching, and he knew that it was going to be kind of an issue because it did slow down, and his income was at risk because of that, right? So this is kind of the cycle he would operate in, right? So he would be operating 40 to 50 hours shooting monthly. He'd have not a lot of cash, so then the revenue would reset every single month. He wouldn't have a ton of team or people to hire, so then he would kind of get stuck in this loop. And he also had no systems, which means he was kind of manual face-to-face acquisition, which is difficult to scale because you are the face of this growth, right? And the reality is that you can't scale volume. Weekend open houses controlled his schedule. It was slow season, and that posed kind of a major risk for him coming in. And he didn't really feel like he had a path forward without some sort of fundamental change. And you can go watch my actual case study with Mitch. It's somewhere on my YouTube channel here. You can go check that out. That should give you a little bit more insight from his own words, kind of what was going on. Now, some of the things that were missing, he didn't have a productized offer structure. So he really had no clear B2B retainer package that he could sell confidently. He had no sales process for B2B, which means he lacked a lot of the frameworks to close bigger deals with businesses. Didn't really have the ROI demonstration where he couldn't really articulate the value beyond just the deliverables. And then he didn't have an inbound system, any sort of way to bring people to him or a funnel to bring people to him automatically. And so one of the things we did with him, so first thing we did as far as our solution is we crafted a B2B offer. So high ticket productized retainer structure. I think it was about 5K a month, anywhere between 5K a month for his 3 month. And then I believe his higher ticket was closer to 8K a month. We did some reactivation as far as relationships. We introduced the new offer to warm contacts, which basically helped us expand beyond just real estate, right? Then we also worked with him on sales training to basically frame outcomes, show him how to have these conversations and how to close with confidence. And then we built systems around a time audit. We did ROI driven content strategy. We went through actually building an inbound system so he could get these people booking on his calendar from paid ads. Now, this was the breakthrough. So we basically, within 2 months working with him, he closed 45K in retainers. He had a 15K and then a 30K were the 2 ones that he closed. And this was a big kind of game-changing moment because it validated the entire process of what we did with him. And so we did new positioning instead of like a shooter, we were more of a growth partner, somebody who could actually come in and help the client grow. And these were home service companies that he was working with in the same small town that he was already working in. So it goes to show you that you're really not limited by your town, your location, or any of those areas. And we worked on strategic value over deliverables. And then we worked through sales, kind of mastering the sales process as far as framing outcomes, connecting content to business growth, and showing people like a clear path on how we could actually help them get results. And then finally did ROI clarity as far as like showing them, hey, if we got you one more home service client, like, would this be worth it? Now, the transformation kind of before and after, I want to show you this. So 10K a month, before, and that would reset every single month. He'd have to do 20 to 25 shoots a month to do that. 100% transactional. He was a one-man band operation, and it was manual acquisition only, and he knew that winter was coming, so there's always a slow season within real estate media. To after, we have a 15K and a 30K retainer plus the existing revenue. We have predictable monthly income. There's a B2B service side of this businesses, so we're going after B2B services instead of just real estate agents, and we have scalable systems in place. And then we have more of an inbound system and a clear path to that 15 to 30K a month. We just need one more client. We're going to be there. Now, this is the lessons that I would say you should take away from this, because this is huge. So number one, volume doesn't scale. So like high volume, low ticket models hit a ceiling super quickly. And like you can't really shoot your way to freedom, and like you can hire people, but the problem is that you just become bottlenecked by that, because like you just have such little margins when you start to hire people, because you have to do so much volume to get to where you want to go. B2B provides more stability. So like real estate alone, if you're just in that, caps your growth. If you say, hey, I'm going to serve service businesses and offer predictable retainers that way, that gives you a lot bigger market size to work with. That way you're not capped at just the real estate agents only, right? ROI driven wins. So like retainers require productized offers that are clear and measurable. And the easiest way to do that is target a service business where it's like, hey, if you are a home service business, if we could get you one more client, is this package worth it? And they're like, absolutely. It becomes a very easy sale. And then the other thing is inbound always is better. So like systems that can bring you clients without manual outreach, and it works even if you're not working independent of your time, is huge. And then lastly, structure beats talent every single time. So like you could be really good, but you have to have the right frameworks in place. Now, the path forward for him with this new foundation, Mitch is going to basically, we're going to try to hit 15 to 30K within the next couple weeks. The long-term vision is we're going to hit $1 million a year with scalable systems. And then finally, we're going to have predictable income, less time dependency, true business ownership. And like I said, structure beats talent every single time. It's the biggest thing. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. In no way, shape, or form are we saying that you are going to get these outcomes, because this is just a YouTube video and I have no idea who this is watching this, right? But I think this should give you a very good idea of how we took someone who came from real estate and then transition them into an actual an actual retainer-based business that can get them where they want to go. So hopefully this is helpful. If you want to learn more about how we can help, click the link below, schedule a demo with our team, and we'd be happy to see if we can help.